Hi friends, this is Vinitha. Welcome back to online nursing classes. Today our topic is ethics in nursing research. It is also one of the most important topic. Let's start our topic ethics in nursing research. Generally, a good research problem conforms to moral, ethical, and legal standards of such kind of scientific inquiries. Especially those who are conducting the research and the subject research should have deep concern about human welfare and sensitivity for the rights of our research subject. Let's start. Let's see what is the meaning of, already you know that exact meaning of ethics. Ethics means knowing of moral values, a system of moral values, that is which will be concerning with the degree of research procedures, like it may be like professionals or the legal social obligations, which will be very useful for the researcher and the study participants. That is the meaning of ethics, means following the exact moral values. Either it may be professional values, either it may be educational values, legal values, social problems, social values. So whatever the values which will be coming under the study, so by following these kind of the values, that will be useful for the researcher and also the study participants, means those who are coming under your study. That is the meaning of ethics. So let's see what is the definition of ethics in nursing research. So here ethics in definition of ethics in nursing research. Ethics in nursing research can be defined as the act of moral principles that the researcher has to follow while conducting nursing research to ensure the rights and welfare of individuals, groups, or community under study. See, ethics means generally moral values, the rights of our research subjects, which will be followed in all the disciplinable manner. That should be whatever we are following, the whatever the researcher is going to follow, all the discipline that must be protected to the fullest possible of the extending of that moral disciplines. So either towards the study participants or some of the people, those who are not at all participating in our study. There is an institutional ethical committee, IEC. IEC was given this kind of the ethics for the research, mainly to review the proposable research protocols. So for each subject, for each program, there will be such kind of the pro forma or the protocols to follow or to implement those kind of the programs. So here the protocols which will be submitted by the investigators, so in an institution or in an organization, that must be ensured with the complements, by only the complements should be based upon the ethics. Here the complement should be based upon the ethics. So here the definition will be saying the ethics in nursing research can be defined as the act of moral principles. So here it is the main moral values or the moral principles. Mainly here who have to follow, the researcher should follow, has to follow while conducting nursing research. So especially while conducting nursing research means while conducting such kind of the any procedures or the any clinical practices, to ensure the rights and welfare of individuals, not only ensuring the rights of the individual, and here they will be involving the groups as well as the community, those who are coming under the study. So this definition was given by the Suresh K. Sharma. Then let's see the importance of ethics in nursing. Importance of ethics in nursing. Generally nursing research usually deals with the human beings only. Where the implications will be having the ethics becomes where we can able to implement, so there the ethics will be become more essential. Like following those kind of the ethics and the principles, there are the importance of the ethics. So let's see what are those importance. The first one is the safeguarding the participants. See here, safeguarding the participants means like exploitation. So from exploitation by the researcher. So here the researcher should focus on the safeguarding of the participants. Like here, prospective participants needs to understand regarding the particular clarification of your study. Like if you are conducting any treatment or any kind of the structured teaching program, there should be told with the healthcare individuals, like routinely implementation should be performed specifical manner. By they also should be inform the data, like providing which will be useful for the research purposes. So by safeguarding the participants only, they can able to inform the particular exact data which we or you, the researcher, need according to his or her study. This is the safeguarding the participants, like by providing or like avoiding or protecting from the exploitation or any harmful type of the activities. That is the first important. Then coming to the second one, establish the risk benefit ratio. What is the main goal of the researcher? To establish the risk benefit ratio. So here there should not be raising of any risk. So if during the period or in the midst of the study, if there is any risk were raising, so that will be making a harm to the research study and at the same time researcher. So here first only the researcher should be aware to establish the risk benefit ratio. And the third one is build the capability of subjects. Mainly here why we need to build the capability of subjects means to accept or reject participation in the study. So if they want to participate, so they can. If they want to reject, they can. So here by building the capabilities in their minds, so they can able to either participate or either eliminate. Like also to have assessing and to inform, like written consent for the participation in the research studies. So this is the three importance of the ethics in nursing research. Then let's see what are next importance. And the fourth one is ensure the fullest respect. So here moral means, so already the moral ethical values will be followed by the researcher. Generally from the starting only, it needs the more discipline, it needs the more respect, it needs the more values. So here ensure the fullest respect, dignity for study participant. The researcher must be aware regarding while speaking or while projecting, while implementing the topic or the class or something else structured teaching program. So here that the researcher must ensure the fullest respect and the dignity for the study participant. So if the researcher behave in a disrespect, if the researcher doesn't give any dignity and honor to the study participant, so immediately the negative thinkings will be coming into their minds. Then immediately they used to destroy the study, they used to eliminate, they used to raise some such kind of the bias during our study. So this is the fourth important, to ensure the fullest respect, dignity for our study participants. And the fifth one is protect the vulnerable groups and other study participants. So here the protecting of other study participants, like from harmful effects of the like any experimental interventions. If you are performing any experimental intervention, so we can't able to expect that it is a harmful or it is non-harmful. But if there is any harmful to establish, so we have to be aware to protect the vulnerable group and the other study participants. So these are the importance of the ethics in nursing research. So here then before next topic is ethical principles. So here we have to follow the such kind of the principles in nursing research. Before going into the principle, so here in 1968 ANA, American Nursing Association, was developed such kind of the guidelines for the nursing research. So in the year of the 1968 they were developed such kind of the some principles, some guidelines for the nursing research. So these guidelines, so those guidelines like the human rights guidelines and the other research guidelines. Mainly the guidelines will be useful for the only the researcher, those who are going to conduct the research project study. So here again it was revised in the year 1975. It was revised in the year 1975 and 1985. So after revising, again the ANA, American Nurses Association, published another set of guidelines in the year 1995. So once again I am revising the topic. See here, Code of Ethics in Nursing Research. Code of Ethics in Nursing Research. First it was developed in the year 1968. Okay. So after developing, only here there was developed by the ANA. These guidelines were developed by ANA. So after the developing, then again it was revised in the year 1975 and 1985. 1975 and 1985. So again here revised by only the ANA, American Nurses Association. Then after revising, again the American Nurses Association was again established one another set of guidelines for our nursing research. So in the year 1995. So here the guidelines will be how to conduct the ethical guidelines like dissemination and the implementation of our nursing research. So this will be just a 2 marks question, when it was established, when it was developed, and when again it was implemented, again when it was revised. So they may ask only the year, what is the Code of Ethics in Nursing Research. So this is the topic which will be just having a little bit topic in the before principles of nursing research. Now let's discuss the ethical principles of nursing research. So here there are the major ethical principles that must be considered, like in designing or renewing or reviewing the research studies, like it is benefit and it is useful, or is it any harmful for our study, or is it harmful for the researcher or the subject. So here let's see what are the ethical principles. Majorly here there are the three ethical principles. There are the three ethical principles which will be coming under the Code of Ethics in Nursing Research or the Ethics in Nursing Research. Let's see what are those. The first one is principle of beneficiency. So here principle of beneficiency, this is the most important ethical principle in our nursing research. So why we are conducting the research? So is it beneficial for us? Yes, it is benefitable for the researcher, and also it is a benefit for the study participant and benefit for those who are participating in the study. So it is a major important ethical principles. Here it involves the protection of participants. So here only it involving the protection of participants, especially physical and the psychological harms. See here, these 2 points will be coming under the principle of beneficiency. So for the first one is the freedom from harm, and the second one is the freedom from exploitation. See here, it involves the protection of participants, especially those who are participating or coming under our study, like physical and psychological harms, protection of participants from the exploitation, performance of some good or some bad activities, freedom from harm and freedom from exploitation. And rather than this, there are the few important explanation regarding the principles of beneficiency. Here, establishing the positive benefit ratio must ensure the researcher should establish the positive benefit ratio, and he should eliminate the potential risk of research must be carefully like assist, and the participants are protected from any harmful effects of research activity, like either it may be physical harm or psychological, like self disclosure or introspection, fear of unknown, like interacting with a stranger. So here there will be the different kind of the harm will be raising from the study samples. Research must be conducted by scientifically qualified experts only. And here the participant must be, remember that here the participant must be provided with the maximum and the minimum physical and the psychological, social and the religious comfort. These comfort only should be provided by the researcher. So this is the principle of beneficiency. Got it? So here the principle of beneficiency, there is nothing, only the protection of participants from physical, from mental, psychological, secular, social. But the researcher, especially the researcher, should provide such kind of the activity like freedom from exploitation, freedom from harm. So here there should be support, some kind of comfort should be provided by the researcher. This is the first principle of ethics in nursing research. Then coming to the second principle, principle of justice. Justice means always we used to speak. So the people is not at all following justice, the social, if we enter into the community, we used to observe that many of the injustice activities will be, we used to see by we used to observe by our eyes, and we used to observe by the people activity. So here the principle of justice, here this is the principle which directs the researcher to abide the participants' right to fair treatment and maintenance of privacy. And here the researcher must ensure such kind of the followings while following these kind of the principles. So under the principle of the justice, so it includes the right of fair treatments. See here, first one, it includes the rights of the fair treatment, like both in the selection of participants and during the course of the our study, and also the right to privacy. Right to privacy. So here the privacy can be maintained through many, like researcher know the participant identities, or someone will be having the hesitate and someone will be having the scary towards the unknown person. So here the right to privacy through formal confidentiality procedures that the participants can be provided. And also code of ethics in these justice, like specific setting of a professional behaviors, and the values must and should be there. And also the professional interpreter must know the, like abiding with the people and including the confidentiality in himself, and also including the confidentiality towards the study participants and the accuracy manner. So whatever the principle he is going to perform, whatever the step he is going to take, that should be in a accuracy manner and the privacy and the integrity manner. So here the no information collected from the study participant that can be used for other research purposes. So you see here the researcher should not be gather the out of the study information. So whatever the researcher is in need to conduct the study, so here that only the researcher should gather. So this is the principle of justice. Then coming to the third principle, principle of respect of human dignity. Principle of respect of human dignity. So here the principle of these ethics emphasizes the freedom of choice, especially the freedom of choice, like where the participants have right to accept or reject to be a part of the research study. Volunteers must be provided full information about our research study, like informed consent must be obtained. So here in next class I used to explain the what is the meaning of informed consent. So the informed consent must be preferably only in a written one. This is the major things that should be followed by the researcher while he is following this is the principle of respect of human dignity. So here it involves the participants like the self-determination. See here, right to self-determination, which means the participants have to have the freedom to control their own activities. like including the study participation also. Then the right to full disclosure. So this is also encompasses the right to full disclosure, which means that researchers have described to prospective participants the rights and the full nature of our study. When the full disclosure poses the risk biased work or the result, then immediately the researchers sometimes used to convert the cover or convert the data collection and the collection of the information without participant knowledge or the consent. So here either withholding the information from the participants or the providing that gives a false information towards our study. So if the deception or the concealment is deemed that necessary, extra precaution should be used to the minimize the risk and protect other rights of our study participants. Participants having the right to quit from the study at any stage of research study. Participant having the full right to question and also researcher for additional information. They used to clarify the doubts, they used to raise the questions, and they used to quit from the study. So here this is the right to self-determination and the right to full disclosure. So what we have discussed, code of ethics in nursing research. So what is the meaning of code of ethics in nursing research? So here like it will be defining the moral values to ensure the not only welfare of the groups and the individuals and the families. And we have discussed the importance of the ethics in the nursing, like safeguarding, establishing, building the capabilities, ensuring the facilities and the fullest respect and the dignity must be provided by the researcher, and protecting the vulnerable groups. Then before starting the ethical principle, we have learned that code of ethics in nursing research. So here the code of ethics in nursing research, it was developed in the year 1968 by the ANA, American Nurses Association, and again it was revised in the year 1975 and 85. And so after revising these kind of the guidelines, again they established the new guidelines for our nursing research. So it was established in the year 1995. So after establishing these guidelines only, they have issued the ethical principles in nursing research or the in code of ethics in the nursing research. So there are especially three principles. The first one is the principle of beneficiency, and the second one is the principle of justice, and the third one is the principle of human dignity, respect for the human dignity. So here the principle of beneficiency, what it deals, like especially for the freedom from the harm and the freedom from the exploitation of the participants. And the second one, what it deals, principle of justice. So here the mainly justice means right to for the treatment, so right to fair treatment and right to privacy to maintain the particular study participant. Then the third one is the principle of respect of human dignity. So here respect of the human dignity, like right to self-determination means having the freedom to control their own activities. So either they may quit or either they may participate, either they are having any doubts or the clarification, they used to raise the questions and they used to clarify their doubts, those who are participating under our study. So there are the two steps which will be coming under the right to human dignity, respect for the human dignity, right to self-determination, and the right to full disclosure. So this is the code of ethics in nursing research. Stay home, stay healthy. If you like these videos, please share to your friends and subscribe this channel for more updates. Thank you everyone.